Hello and welcome to Photo Feedback Forum. This is the place where we study photos to determine what makes them quote unquote good and what could have been done to make them better. Remember, this is only an exhibition. This is not a competition, so please, no wagering. In this episode, we are going to look at 5 images, 2 of which are user submitted and break a couple rules. Kind of exciting stuff here. So, if you'd like me to take a look at one of your photos, use the link in the description to send me that image. In the meantime, let's look at these 5 right now over on the big screen. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we are starting off with a park scene. Got a little silhouette, maybe kind of a lifestyle vibe. Do you have an opinion? So do I. Let's see how it compares. Start off with composition. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 17. I think it can be stronger. Could have been stronger. I think if the subjects were maybe over here, I think that would have balanced out the image more with the tree. Another idea, maybe crop in just a little bit from where the subjects are. They don't need that much space to go into. I mean, it's good to have some space, but that's kind of a country mile, maybe a little too much there. Lighting, it's let's say an evening shot. You got some nice blue, nice clouds, creates a nice silhouette. There is maybe a little funkiness over here with the lights, with the light. Got maybe a little more color correction over there, but yeah, overall 18, not bad, not bad. Technical, also, I'm gonna give it a not bad. The sky does look a little funky. I don't know if it's because of the compression on the my presentation or not. That could be a little smoother, I think. And again, going back to there's kind of a color shift here, and maybe even a little bit throughout the tree. I'm seeing some up here. Anyway, just nitpicky, but I think things could be a little better. But overall, for a silhouette, it's not bad. Impact, yeah, I think it's strong. The blue and the black, I think that works well together. And I think it's a decent story. Someone walking the dog, that works well. We have some separation between the legs. It would be a little better, I think, if this subject, if the legs were more in stride instead of intersecting there. But overall, I think it does a good job of telling a story. Collectively, I'm going to give this a 91. Next, we have a state fair photo. State fair is fantastic for photographers. You can do all sorts of different techniques: long exposure, street, food on a stick. That's a specialty kind of food photographer genre. Lots and lots of things on a stick, and they have to be fried as well. That helps significantly. All right, let's dig into this one. Compositionally, I'm going to give it a 17. I like how I originally cropped this right here, but I had this reviewed by another judge who contended that the photo was really just here, just the couple, just the happy couple. And I definitely see that point, but I also like the context of having the flag and the other cars in play here. So, is a close-up better? Well, let's take a look. Here it is zoomed in. We have an amusing couple here, just having a great time on the ride. What it doesn't have for me is the context of all the other carts. So, is this the strongest composition? Is this the stronger composition? I want to stick with the original call it a 17. Lighting is hard light. You can tell by the shadows here, but because of their location and our distance from them, the light works great on their faces. That brings us right into them. There's no distracting elements behind them, so it allows us to zoom in to their face and kind of be taken in. So lighting works. Technical, there's not a lot of technical expertise needed with this one. Just waiting for the right moment, which is a skill. But from a technical standpoint, would this have been better if it was shot at 1.2? I don't think so. We have enough context here. Again, background, nothing is distracting. So 18 for a technical. Impact, I think it has some impact. I think it's an amusing image. Again, would it be stronger if it was just them? Again, maybe. Now that I'm looking at this closer, maybe if this was over a little bit, maybe we don't need so much space over here. After years of photography, I realize you're never really done editing. There's always a new way to look at photos. But I'm keeping it as shot right now. Impact, 18. And I think storytelling is an 18. Again, going back to, would it be a stronger story if it was just them? Maybe. So there's some wiggle room there. I think there's probably a happy medium between this crop and something that's a little bit tighter. All told, this one gets an 89. Okay, we have a cityscape. This is Minneapolis in the springtime. Let's dig into it. All right. Compositionally, I'm going to give this a 17. I think there is way too much gray matter up there. That's not. I think we get the point after all of this. We don't need all of that. Yeah, probably right about there. So recrop there. With cityscapes, you have to determine what's going to bookend this. Is it right now? I have it as this building over here, but is that one necessary? Could it have been cropped there and had this building be the anchor point? Yeah, maybe. So there's still some work to do with composition here. Lighting, I think the lighting is fantastic for the mood that it sets. So it is a dreary day. If this was a sunny day, it wouldn't have the mood that this does. I really think the lighting sells this one. So that's why I gave it a 20. Now, this obviously is not going to be used by the Minneapolis tourist board. I mean, it's not selling Minneapolis as a warm, inviting place. It is a warm, inviting place, just not always. Technical, I think I went a little too heavy-handed with the processing. I think that could have been handled better. Also, it's possibly a bit of a color cast down here. I think the technical. I think it could have been. This could be reworked. This could be reworked. So 17 for technical. Impact has some impact. Again, a 17. Maybe that impact is I don't want to be there. So that's part of the impact. And storytelling. It's a dreary city day. Again, it is a story. It's not an exciting story, but it is a story, and it's an accurate story. Collectively, this one's going to get an 87. Okay. Okay, here we have a viewer submitted photo, so thank you for that. Let's get into it. This obviously is not Minneapolis. Let's talk about composition here. I'm going to give it an 18, and this is, as I alluded to in the beginning, I would consider this a rule-breaking photo because we have the subject leaving the frame, and we hear it a lot in photo salons that you want to give people and animals and cars, room to move into. I think this works for the story it's presenting, which is it's the end of the day. You can tell by the shadows, long shadows, that he's packing up for the day. He's leaving and he's kind of walking off frame. So I think the composition works well for that. The lighting is, it is what it is. It's low, but I think it's a bit bright over here. We're going to get into the technical here. Let's get into it because I'm going to balance these two out. I think this could be knocked down, just some highlights. I think that that would help balance a little bit. I think it's a little bit overwhelming impact. It's a very strong subject, similar to our first photo with the silhouette. This is a little more than a silhouette. We have some detail in the figure. We have also good separation here. They're walking. Wouldn't mind a little more separation with the arm, but overall it has some impact. And story-wise, I think it's a great story. Again, end of the day, the shadows help tell that. He's walking away, leaving the surf behind. So very, very good story. Collectively, I'm going to give this one a 90. And our final image also does not come from Minnesota. Let's get into it. And I would consider this another rule breaker. And I'm going to give it a 20. Yep, a 20. Why is it a rule breaker? Well, we have the classic centered subject. But I think this works incredibly well. Had the maker gone with a vertical, it would have worked, but we would lose all of this character and context. So I think the composition is fantastic. Lighting, and this unfortunately, I can't not see it. Lighting on his face, very good. The surf is handled very well. It is white looking. It didn't turn blue or gray. That is really, really good. But that nose, that kind of bugs me a little bit. And technical, this would be very easy to brighten up in post. So 17 for technical. Everything else looks very, very, very good. I think it's very impactful. Again, this color against the white and the rest, fantastic. He's got a good pose going, and it's a good story. He's getting into it. It's not a fantastic pose, but it is a good pose. So storytelling, this one gets an 18. Collectively, this gets a 92. So thank you very much for submitting this last couple images. We appreciate that. We are ending on a quote. There are no rules for good photographs. There are only good photographs. So this quote by Ansel Adams, I think you should let that be your guide. If you think it's a good photo, then it is a good photo. No matter what your local camera club judge says, or some brawny towel flannel wearing Yahoo on the internet, what they say, if you think it's a good photo, then it is a good photo. If you'd like me to take a look at one of your photos, click the link in the description. It'll go to a form where it'll send me a photo, and maybe you'll see it in an upcoming episode. Thank you so much for watching. Take a look at another episode while you're waiting. Bye-bye.